Hey people, Idrit here, 53, Angstrom Heights, blue team. Got some Eldar shenanigans. It's two Farseers, first up Zorander and Finale with the Ulthway DLC. These are support heroes fighting in melee with some powerful buffs and control. Rounding off the team, Jadow's Warlock, a melee spellcaster that leaps into combat, bringing disruption and powerful support on the front line. On the red team though, Khorneholia's got a Force Commander, a versatile frontline melee hero, bringing support, disruption and offense. This is the Blood Ravens. Alongside SchmusCriminal's Kommando knob, an infiltrating hero that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style begins with a twin link shooter. Looks like the Blood Axes elite scheme, I think. So a lot of Daka on the Farseer. Guide thrown onto those Guardians there. Sluggers just hanging out. Here come the Marines. Is it 2v1 against Finale? Looks like it. May need to back off those Eldar stuff there. Rounding off the team is Khorneholio's brother captain. A durable hero walking through objects cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and support fighting in melee. He is southwest. Nothing to fight at the moment. And this is Zorander's Eldar Farseer rotating towards the mid. The Farseer of Finale runs. I think the Farseer is actually quite decent in the early engagements. In that first engagement, because she's okay in melee herself, and of course you can throw guide on stuff that can really turn the tide of a fight. Can they get these Banshees to do work early on? There's guide on the Banshees in amongst the strat squad. Very good position for them to be. Those power weapons slashing through the heavy armor of those Grey Knights, buffed up by the guide, giving 30% more damage. More Howling Banshees on retreat path. Very lucky to get away with two models there, these guys. Now the attacks can feel their wrath. Some power melee kicks going in. Decent start for the Eldar. Double attacks up now for Khorneholia though. Lots of shootiness. Force Commander can of course battle cry and knock them around. And I think he needs to focus on that early on. Try and control the Banshee's movement with his battle cry. And to shoot them down with bolt gun fire. On the power then in the southwest, the double Guardians, but they're going to back away I think. Did they get one gen down? There may have not been three up. Double the Stormtroopers on the field for Khorneholio. And double shooters for SchmusCriminal. We do see burners up early on the Sluggers. Gives them more hit points and some power weapons. Allows them to trade, well, helps them trade much better with the Howling Banshees. But it's still a very close fight. May depend on special attacks and stuff. And of course, buffs like Guide. 467 to 476. That was a Spirit Stone's Spiritual Rights heal. That's going to be a big help as the mid player here, Finale. Going to be in a lot of 2v2 fights, you would think. So he can support his allies with the Spiritual Rights. Here's some Daka. Force Commander backs off a bit. Now goes after the Farseer, who wants to try and tie up those Tactical Marines as quickly as possible. Stop them firing on the Howling Banshees. Banshees are in there. Really good war shout. Suppressed Sluggers and double shooters, but they have to run. Didn't really have any backup here, Finale. Banshees are okay. Guardians are okay. Farseer is okay. Of course, that could be awkward because it could mean that Jadow now fights alone. Here's Zorander in the southwest. Some good specials. Some war crying. War shouting, I should say. These guys have the aspect of fleetness, the Banshees. And they are decimating and taking out the strat squad there. Kept them in play way too long, Khorneholio. Now getting some purgation. But without the strat squad there, it's going to be tough. It's going to be pretty difficult to hold back those Banshees. Purgation can suppress them perhaps, but then the Farseer gets in, maybe ties them up. Here's a good power bash though. SchmusCriminal gets through. A full bash on the gens, the node is still up, and this is the response from Finale. Does have battle equipment on both the Guardians. There's some aiming, watch that to control and suppress those Banshees. Heal goes in though, keeps them topped up. And now the double tacks with good firing lines. Couldn't quite get a model off the Banshees though as they approach there. Jumping over stuff of course with the aspect of fleetness. Force Commander, I'm not sure if he had Battle Cry available there. Does have Artificer Armor in. Eldar sweeping across the map now. Finale going straight for the gens again, I think, is he? Maybe the Farseer onto the VP. And these guys bashing gens. Our Banshees are going mid to cap the contested victory point. Down in the southwest, where these players fight over these natural power points here. Fierce fighting early on, Angstrom Heights. There's the We Are the Hammer from the Brother Captain, granting some speed and damage resistance. And Purgation do their thing with the Incinerator controlling the Banshees well. They were isolated there, but they got their job done. Brother Captain may need to look into his fancy hammer in tier 2 to stun the Banshees. Up in the northeast, Banshees bashing the contested node, now capping it. This is also being capped. Eldar getting full mid-map authority here on the central points. Banshees yelling on the staircase. Sluggers chase them down. They dropped a couple of models there, but they are able to make it out. Meanwhile, the Farseer grabs the VP and gets a Doombringer. As if to debuff a target with Doom so they take more damage. Combine that with Guide, and the already damage bonuses you get for power melee against heavy armor, and you can get some very quick kills with the Farseer. Some Daka from the shooter boys, but they need to run. Kind of 2v1. The Banshees aren't in play here, but I don't know if Nakafoy wants to try and deal with this. Here's the Kommando. Can we see a good stun bomb here? Warlock gets involved with a leap into combat, disrupting the attacks, and then a special. He's taking a bunch of damage here and needs to run. Banshee's coming in though, picking up some of that melee slack. Stun bomb is really well dodged actually from the Eldar players, using their fleet to pick their positions. There's Doom on the Kommando off the field. There's Battle Cry. War Shout. Some specials from the Force Commander now to chuck those Banshees around. Grenades going in. Some friendly fire, I think, but they did get a Tactical Marine down. Howling Banshees need to flee. Some Daka from the shooter boys. Tier 2's now coming through. Khorneholio. Oh, replace the strike squad here with their halberds, ready to fight again. Back towards the mid-power. Got bashed again, looked by these sluggers. Well played, Schmooze. Grenades. And Banshees on retreat path. Nicely done by Zorander here. If he threw the Banshees in earlier, they may have got hit by his own grenades. Power bashing down in the south. The natural power here of the Eldar. Zorander was off trying to kill sluggers. Ortok coming in. Sub-commander for Eldar arrives with these stunning grenades from the sky. Really good foot speed, fantastic mobility, can leap around as well. Leaps into combat, like as you just saw there, and has some good support. Passively gives damage resistance to nearby allies to ranged fire, and could do that little leap for a heal and a damage buff as well. And look at that, she's got a spear already. 65 power melee DPS. Really good alongside the Banshees. Meanwhile, our Force Commander's got a Chainsword and Storm Shield, really. Wasn't expecting that to come out. Artificer Armor's in, as we know. Librarian up for Nakafoya. Oh, a Falcon for Jadow. Nakafoya can now get Devastators and support them with Veil of Time with a Las Cannon, maybe. Or just with Vengeance rounds. One gen down there. And a nice escape for Zorander. Pushed all the way through. And got things done. Sluggers are going to be on this power now, are they, with their burners? Look how low that gen is. Can Finale defend? Got the Doombringer, got those Banshees. Sluggers are vicious, though, with their Nob Leader. Burners doing their thing. Banshees jumping over some ammo boxes there, and they're getting in. Okay, where's the Doom going to go? He's going to go on the Purgation. Oh, she's got no energy, the Farseer. Not sure why. I missed it. Was she already low? Oh, there's Doom. Doom on the Brother Captain. Using it to focus down heroes, I guess. It's good usage of it. Everything goes onto that single entity. Rune armor from Psychic Storm shows he's very energy intensive now, this Farseer. This does give more energy and energy regen, though, to help with that. Falcon is very far forward. And there's a Las Cannon. Does it not have vision? There we go. How is that not a rear armor yet? Hit. That looked dead on rear armor. Grenade. Veil of Time from the librarian means that these guys can move around quick and they don't need to set their weapon up to fire again. Although they do have the wind up time of the las cannon itself. This Falcon needs to be very, very careful. I have a feeling it's not going to get away from here unless it starts moving now. And there's Battle Cry as well, and the Sacred Standard in. There's the Battle Cry. Big damage buffs on this las cannon. Veil of Time's going to come back in soon. Defend is up as well, of course. Warlock dropped in for Jadow. Warlock's down. Falcon moves forward again. Needs to get the hell out of here. Oh, there's Veil of Time. Crack. Look at that damage. And there's for the Emperor. It's not going to get away. For the Emperor is a global buff from the Force Commander, giving 25% more damage. Alongside the Sacred Standard buff as well. Big buffs from that Force Commander. Can really do some awesome support, that guy. Meanwhile, the Autarch of Zorander down in the southwest. Finale also has one here. So we have triple Autarchs up. And they can make a big difference in the fights. Just if they time the leap well, that's enough to like win a fight sometimes if you knock stuff over. You can also use it to try and save something. This one's taken quite a lot of damage here from Zorander though. Commando Knob level 3. Sneaky Infiltration Kit. Grappling Hook and can sneak around for free. And Kaboom. Usually they'll activate Kaboom and then Grappling Hook in for kind of an unavoidable explosion in your face. But the captain's going to get revived here. Or not. Autarch, I think, knocked him over. Foot of Gork and a Kaboom. Not sure he's going to get away though, the Commando. Oh, he does get away. Sluggers are just kind of hanging out there. We got Stick Bombers up for SchmusCriminal too. 2v1 against Zorander. Stick Bombs chucked back there. Guardians need to flee. The Farseer needs to flee. And this power's going to drop, I think. Meanwhile, northeast 2v1 against Nakafoya. Trying to get on that Librarian with the Doom there, I think. He's got his 4 staff up now. It's already made a big difference helping to take out that Falcon. Tactical Marines are okay. Other fellas are fine too. There's Dark Reapers on the way now for Zorander. These days, of course, a tier 3 unit. Got a big power up. Farseer gets through onto the VP. Are there any webways? I don't see any webways. But the captain's still down, of course. There's a big Warp Vomit. Stunning the Banshees and the Autarch and the Farseer. Causing a bunch of retreats and stick bombs chucked in the backlines there. Tier 3 for Jadow. Khorneholio with the Grey Knight Dreadnought. He's still got plenty of power as well, Khorneholio. There's tier 3 for Shmuz. And here's the Dark Reapers getting their aspect. The Exarch can switch between 2 weapons these days, the Star Shot and the Star Swarm launchers. The Star Shot is not bad against vehicles, especially since Reaper's Grasp also slows down vehicles. It's like 85 plasma cannon damage per shot, I think. I think it has a similar firing pattern to like a missile launcher of Tactical Marines. Not as much damage, but of course you get all that plasma damage alongside it with the other models. So they can help you against pretty much all targets, the Dark Reapers. Their other weapon is like a area of effect psychic damage thing, so it doesn't help against vehicles. Dreadnought doing some decent work here with his big old incinerator. There's the Kaboom grappling hook from the Commando. Farseer down there. Banshees though chasing through, and the Warlock still in play. Almost got the Force Commander down. Librarian gets a kill there. That inspiration on kill can really stack up huge amounts of damage buffs to Space Marines. Kind of like their thing, especially late game, when you get Terminators rolling and they inspire on every kill. Seer Council on the field now for Zorander. It's got a big army to look after here. Finale down to 3 units, goes tier 3. May have just purchased something. I saw the resources go down. The Seer Council then, a squad of Warlocks that leap onto combat and have power melee Witchblades. They're a pretty big deal. Also provide a damage resistance aura, which does stack, I believe, with the Orks aura. Dark Creepers fleeing as well. It's easy to tell which weapon they're using on the Exarch there. Not sure if it has a different model or not. Or if it's just like loading different rounds in. Seer Council on the way for Finale. Flash gets up for SchmusCriminal. Oh, Finale cancelled the training there and just called them in from the global bar. So Seer Council are up. 2 of the Orks still alive. That's a small miracle. They all often die, we see. Here's Zorander's almost leveled up this one. Inspiration on the kill, of course, for her as well. 320 to 260 on the VPs. Peeking off in the mid. VP turning blue. A bunch of stick bombs chucked in. There's a warp vomit too. Banshees got a fight sluggers. Oh, and stick bombers in there. Stick bombers are decent melee combatants. Go straight for the shooter boys, do they? Oh, they're flash kits, dumbass. Flash kits are heavy infantry armor, so they're taking extra from those power weapons. Seer Council now join in. Weird Boy gets a shot in there. Howling Banshees leave. Foot of Gork trying to finish them. Good shot. Doesn't quite get it done, but that was a good shot. Well timed by SchmusCriminal. One of them got away though. Purgation flee. Way too close to Howling Banshees and Seer Councils over here. We now have a Plasma Cannon Dreadnought. Really, really good Dreadnought, this thing. With a Twin Linked Heavy Bolter as well. Oh, we do see the hammer on the Brother Captain, but he goes down. Gets sync killed by the Exarch with the swords. That is a very rare sync kill to see. With that mirror sword sync kill, she'll have leapt in the air and slashed him up. That was quite cool. 317 to 260 on the VPs. Seer Council chasing a Weird Boy. There's a whole bunch of duck up. Some suppression from aiming what's that, and sluggers joining in. They are off the field. Seer Councils all around then, eh? Dark Creepers using their... Yeah, that's the Star Shot launcher, I think. The plasma cannon damage one. Good chunk of damage. I'm not sure if the... Yeah, you'd probably use the Star Swarm launcher against a Nob squad, right? But this area of effect psychic is like 5 radius as well, which is not bad. Depends how bunched up those knobs are, I guess. We don't see any yet, though, from SchmusCriminal. 317 to 250. Kaboom. Grappling hook kaboom again. Didn't quite hit super well, that one. But it did some work. Can they get onto the Dreadnought and threaten it? Not really. It's all power weapons over here. Level 5 Farseer of Zorander now has Armor of the Surian. Can make huge differences to fights in the 3v3. If you can catch 2 armies in it, you're basically winning that engagement, I would think. D-cannon on the way now for Zorander. Finale has a good amount of resources. Could get maybe an avatar soon. I'll just use a bunch of rec to repurchase the Farseer, so maybe not. If you can get Avatar and Seer Council and Orks buffs all stacking up, that's a pretty powerful melee force. Banshee's in trouble here, though. The Tactical Marine Sergeants know how to fight in melee. Can't bully them. Dodge the grenades. Seer Council coming in now, and they have their empowered spears. Good grenade there. And they should know Fear is up, I think. Or is that just defend? It might be both. More Eldar coming through. Orks at the front of it. Throws up her shield, leaps into the Tactical Marines. Smite chucked in there. Sluggers ready to fight, are they? No, they're backing off now. Foot of Gork. It was decently dodged, actually. Jadow doing a great job holding up all these forces with aggressive Seer Council usage, and that is the Witchblade of Khorneholio in there. Warp Vomit may make... They're retreating now. Are they going to wipe? May lose that Seer Council. Does lose them. Just as I said he was doing a good job, I cursed him. Warlock still alive. Double flash kits here for SchmusCriminal. Note that he's not using the blasters because he's facing a bunch of regular infantry at the moment. The only heavy infantry on the blue team, I think, is these Dark Reapers here. Really good at power bashing, apparently. 317 to 109. Eldar with a 200 odd VP lead now. Some spiritual rights heals going into. Do all three? Yeah, both of those have Spirit Stones. Both have Doombringers as well. 1-to-1. Cap. See a council with those fancy blades trying to get on the Dreadnought here. Dark Reapers are focusing on infantry. They're shooting at those Stormtroopers. 317 to 98. Ortark gets them moving out. Look at that. Able to pressure the base and still get away to fight another day. Need to chuck another Spirit Stone heal out when it's off cooldown, perhaps. Turns to fight again. There's a Land Raider Crusader now. There's Guide on the Dark Reapers. Look at the damage they're doing to the Dreadnought there. Some decent hits. That Starshot launcher doing some good work. Seer Council going after it. Now the Land Raider can fire though. Oh, Dark Reaper's getting too close to a pissed off brother captain. Can they get the Dreadnought? They can. Dreadnought is down. Yeah, guided Dark Reapers doing some decent damage to that Dreadnought. Up in the northeast, it's an Eldar power. Las Cannon runs away. I think we're trying to bash the power there. Orks piling through the mid with Force Commander support. Farseer though. Oh, throws Guide on the flash kits. Trying to finish him. Can't quite do it. What's the Kommando up to? Grappling hooks. And then stands there. Shoot the Farseer. There we go. There's some duck up. Kaboom. She knocks him away before it goes off. 317 to 97 on the VPs. Kommando almost went down, but he's alright. Land Raider Redeemer on the field for Khorneholio somewhere. Oh, there it is. Map looking quite blue right now. We're going to see a 2-to-1. Mid is red, though. The VP's red here. How many Eldritches do we have? Almost one ready for Zorander. See if they can get on the Land Raiders with them. Almost level 3 Ortark for Zorander's been awesome so far. And Jadow's is almost level 2. D-Cannon. There's a Singularity. Setting up with Time Field as well. Still drag them in. Explodes them quite a lot. Okay, so you can reinforce off both of these Land Raiders, but only the Redeemer has a retreat beacon in it. See these guys retreating back to it. Your allies can also activate it to retreat, which they should generally do. War Banner up in the mid too. Swords of Gork for the Banshees. One of them still got hit. Dark Reapers need to choose their targets wisely here. I think they should try and maybe trade with the flash kits here. Guide is on them, and they are now targeting those flash kits. There's the Reaper Barrage too, which these days suppresses, I think. Yeah, there's that Starshot launcher against the Land Raider. Helping out. Can the Seer Council get in there? They're getting suppressed. Time Field. I'm not sure if the D-Cannon's actually hitting it. That was Demolishing Strike to stun that blob. Meanwhile, Land Raider Redeemer had a bit of afters on it, but did those Banshees just wipe? I think Finale's Banshees wiped. Crusader, you okay there, bud? Still taking shots from those Dark Reaper fellas. Okay, lots of retreating. I think it's safe for now. And this could be a big stumbling block for the Eldar team. 2 Land Raiders to deal with, as well as everything else. And here comes Some Grey Knight Terminators got their side cannon in already. Going to help them in those big blobby melee fights. Especially if you can time the Demolishing Strike well. 275 to 84. Big VP lead for the Eldar, but can they hold on to it? So now we're in the very late game where they can sometimes fade when they're faced with big face-to-face fights with tough units. If they can't quite approach it right and get their damage off, they can kind of find themselves headbutting a wall a bit. Farseers are pretty good for this though. Double time fields, guides, dooms. Let's see if they can pull it off. Look at this. Look at this push. With the Seer Council buffs and the Autarch buffs. And there's an orbital. Is that 2 orbitals? It is. I think both Khorneholio and Khorneholio dropped an orbital in there. And an Eldritch. Eldritch on the land radar. Do they have what it takes to follow it up though? There's another Eldritch. They got stopped by the orbitals though, didn't they? Yeah, I think that was not the time to do those Eldritches. Farseer, sorry, Fire Prism on the field for Jadow. Good damage from long range, but can be a little bit vulnerable to hard anti-vehicle, I suppose all the vehicles are. But that guy's only got 500 hit points. If you can get rear arm hits on it, it goes down super quick. Need to keep that maximum range if you can. Not always easy though. 236 to 84. Red team stabilized on the mid. And was it a mistake to use those 2 Eldritches when they couldn't follow up? I think it was. Because now it's just been repaired off, look. They basically did nothing. That's a singularity. Using it to stop the cap. Is it 2? They have 2 D cannons, okay. Some Wraith Guard. Late game Wraith Guard for Jadow. They should trade really well with the flash kits. Especially if one of the Farseers can guide them. Does Jadow have... No, there's no accessory here. Could get the Faltu's Wing for the buff. 236 to 84 on the VPs. Lots of damage on those Terminators having to teleport out. Bright Lance getting some good shots. Look at that. Is that a guided Bright Lance? Fire Prism moves up a bit. Good place for it to park up there. See a Council run. Stick Bombers are ready to fight them. Did a bit of force barrier shenanigans. Doom on those tacks as they run there. Can they get the cap? Might need to use a Providence Warlock to do it or something. He's got Champion's Robe at the moment. Grenades. Trying to knock the Force Commander off the cap, but he's using Battle Cry to stay steady there, I think. Ethereal Slash wouldn't even budge him there. Look at the Dark Reapers pouring damage on those Terminators. One of them's died though, look. Oh, they got 5 models there. That's an old Dark Reaper body. Didn't drop on one of those Terminators. 236 to 72. Eldar using their mobility to get onto the natural VP there, which is a good plan. Autarchs harassing it at the moment. Meanwhile, a Rocks on the Fire Prism. I don't think it's going to survive, you guys. Down it goes. Wraith Guard in play there. Look at Zorander floating resources. Not sure what he's waiting for here. Oh, Avatar, there we go. Avatar's on the way. Dark Creepers for finale. Nope, cancelled. Is it going to be another Avatar? No, it's Wraith Guard. Okay. VP turns red again. See a Council run. Bunch of stuff rotated across to fight it. Wraith Guard backing off as well. Scouts are going to have a look at stuff, all sneaky-like. Would another Avatar have been better there for finale? It's a tough choice. But I think if you have 2 Avatars running at these guys, that's a lot of hit points to get through. And they can follow up with their other stuff. What do we have here, though? Oh, we do have Yeah, he may be looking at double plasma guns and Grey Knight Terminators and stuff and thinking the Avatar would go down quite quickly. We'll see how Zorander's does. Decapping Guardians. Doesn't that Land Raider have Frag Assault? Maybe it's been used already. Warp Vomit continues to be amazing. Stunning those Seer Council. Soaking up a lot of damage though. Sometimes that's all you need. Something to push back the enemy so you can cap. Librarian's on the cap now though. Wraith Guard scaring off the Tactical Marines. Of course you can just retreat back to the Land Raider. Not something the Eldar can do here. The Council have found the Terminators and his Reaper's Grasp to slow them down and disable their teleport. Land Raider comes close to help them out. Grenades chucked in there. They got one of the Terminators down, I think. Ortok in the back lines. Look at her. Throws up her shield. Just trying to tie things up, but she goes down. Wraith Guard need to be careful of friendly fire. Seer Council. Oh, they get suppressed and couldn't go in. Wraith Guard moving up. No buffs on them. Stun bombs. Great shot with the stun bombs. And there's a whole bunch of repairs on that Land Raider too. 173 to 63. Where is that Avatar? Here he is. I think you should back off here. Don't go in alone. Don't show your hand. He's going in. Gonna Wailing Doom these guys off the cap. There's a singularity there too. Or not. Why didn't that knock down the Librarian? That was odd. Level 7 Fool's Commander here, by the way. Got some Paladins up now. Taking huge amounts of damage already. These guys unique to the Brother Captain. Heavy melee hammers. Kommando doing some good work. The right place at the right time to kaboom some stuff. He's got his rocket launcher up. Level 9, that guy. 163 to 63. 100 VPs in it. But can the blue team get onto these VPs again? Is it time to start harassing this more? I mean, there's a Land Raider sitting on it, though. Land Raider sitting right on it. Fire Prism on the way for Jadow. Those Paladins took a bunch of damage, but didn't drop a model. Okay, here's an Avatar for Finale. So maybe running in with 2 Avatars. Is it going to be enough brute force to open up a cap? Can they throw Eldritches? No. Nobody's that close to an Eldritch. Yeah, I think it was a mistake to throw those 2 Eldritches on the Land Raider when they couldn't push earlier. Avatar getting las cannon from somewhere. Oh, up there, look. There's a big retreat. Jadow's gonna have a go. At least it's dragging some of the forces away. Yeah, if you can drag Knuckle Foya up here with the double plasma attacks and then run the 2 Avatars through the mid, maybe they can get some good work done. Just retreating back again. Is there warp throw? No warp throw. No warp throw, no Faltry's Wing, no Heart of Darkness. No Warlock accessories. 108 to 63 on the VPs. Here we go. This is Finale pushing through with Zorander's Avatar. Down goes that War Banner. There's some time field shenanigans. Wraith Guard going for the cap, I think. Yep. 99 to 63. Getting close, too close to the Eldar. Another good time field in there, look at that. Oh, it looks like the flash kits have gone for blasters now. Really good Reaper's Barrage to suppress them too. And a Singularity. Can they get onto the VP though? Okay, Wraith Guard are on it. Kommando got Singularity there. A Wailing Doom. Hits the Stick Bombers, also hits some Guardians. Almost wiped the Stick Bombers, in fact they got them. The Stick Bombers are gone. And those guys were quite annoying with their stun bombs, so that's quite good for the Eldar team. Doom on the Librarian runs him off. Look at the nuke bait up there. Oh, this guy's gone now. 82 to 63 on the VPs. Avatar taking some conversion beamer shots there. Can the Eldar get the cap? Awaiting Doom, a really good hit on the sluggers. Dark Creeper's able to create some space. D-cannons both still in play, by the way. This Avatar soaked up a lot of damage. Ooh, flash kits with those blasters are bad news for the Avatar. Looks like one of the Farseers finished the cap there. 2-1 for the Eldar. Can they hold on? Can they keep the pressure up? Here come Paladins and Terminators. Is there a singularity available? There's a time field to shut down the weapons and movement. Ouch! Attacks just wiped to Dark Creepers, I think, there. Level 4 Dark Creepers doing so much damage. And looks like there was a singularity. Did throw him off it for a second. Dark Creepers need to be careful. They're getting roasted now. Avatar comes in. Gets a good swing. Dark Creepers did escape. D-cannon. You okay there, bud? Keeps the Paladins in place. Kills a model. They're down to 1. But the captain's going to get revived here. 82 to 52. The Eldar couldn't quite keep the pressure up on that central VP. And now their naturals getting decapped. Look. Some commandos for Schmooze. And these guys are fast capping units. See a council coming to mop them up. Gets them to run. Back towards the mid though. Doom on the Grey Knight Terminators. Huge amounts of damage. There's guide on the Dark Creepers too. That's crazy. That's all Dark Creeper damage, I think. That was insane. And they wipe. Dark Creepers doing their work, eh? Assault Terminators up for Knuckle for ya. Unique to the Force Commander. Yet more piles of hit points for the Eldar to try and get through. 44 to 52. Double cap for the red team. Have they done enough? Maybe. 2-1 now. One last push for the Eldar, is it? There's a Wrath of Cain. The animation is so long. So long. Avatar's going to go down. Look at this. Can they do anything about this though? Down to 18 VPs. Eldar running out of time. Doom on the Assault Terminators. Tons and tons of damage. Guide on the Dark Creepers again, as you can see. And, oh, I think a Librarian got them away because they were Reaper's Grasp there. Eldritch at the end. Down to 52 VPs. It was a very close game. Good comeback for the red team. Eldar fought hard and fought well, to be honest. I don't think they made huge mistakes other than the double Eldritch back here when they couldn't follow it up. You can see the marks even. I think that was the mistake. Not sure how much difference it would have made. Maybe they would have taken the Land Raider down. Maybe the Land Raider just would have been replaced. But would have done something. Awesome game though. Had a level 7 Farseer for Zorander. Finale was level 5. A level 4 Warlock. What about that Force Commando? Almost got level 10. A level 10 Kommando and a level... oh, I don't know. He's inside the Land Raider, the Brother Captain. But there you have it, guys. Thank you all for watching. And I'll see ya next time.